Commission meeting come to order. I have a couple of the agreement, you know, once in a while it does good to read through things. Sometimes not so good, but our agreement expired in 2015. And but per the terms of it, 180 days before the expiration, we were supposed to convene and renew it for 5 years. We didn't. So I would suggest, we think about it, I don't have to do it at this meeting, I guess, but we should, I'm guessing, probably, and we can ask council if we want to, I suppose. I don't think we need to, but whatever. I would guess we would meet and renew it for what the term would have been until 2020. And then in 2020, hopefully, remember that we need something to get there
180 days ahead of time.
Right. So that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Mention that. So.
Yeah, that makes sense, and as long as we're all still in agreement, we'll just
Right.
continue to operate on the terms of the contract until we officially renew it. I think it shouldn't be an issue.
At our next meeting, we can have that on as an agenda item, so.
Yeah.
Make it official.
If then if someone wants to come in and argue against it, I guess they can do that.
Right.
Right.
So,
And it's good to, notice the meeting. That's what's going to happen.
and I didn't know that until I said, well, I guess I'll just read through the contract.
Oh, we're at date.
It was good of you to do that.
The other thing, I'll point out to your construction debris container. It made its last trip today.
Oh, okay.
And Kathy called me yesterday, late, and said I assume it did. They said they were going to try to see, they were going to try to take it up one last time, because it was full, so you can look at it or someone to see. She says it's beyond repair, in her opinion.
Who's Kathy?
Kathy Allen.
Oh,
They have another one they will let you, well, I assume rent, I didn't get that. They have something up there for you to continue operation until you figure out what you're doing.
Okay.
So they call them.
She wanted me to report that, so.
All right.
Is that North County Sewer?
Yes, yeah, so, that's that.
One way trip for that container.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they were, probably they should have.
Did they really? Yeah, I was going to say, are we the only
I couldn't make that decision.
Yeah.
Okay, so the main thrust here is on location of our, not so much location, I think that's been decided, but what we're going to do for our containers. So I will defer to you what's been going around back and forth.
Sure, I'll just give a little quick update in case everybody's not on the same, everybody's up to speed.
Right.
So, in the fall, I met with Pat, and he basically agreed to build these pads, and we tried to do it pretty economically. The containers themselves, 15,000, wherever it was, wasn't part of the original budget. So we discussed putting in, we knew the area was a little wet. Certain times of the year, we actually thought most of the water was coming from the stream, which I think what Don indicated, there was a stream alongside of it, and that actually used to dump right into that area, fill up the whole area with water. And there was a berm along the whole downstream side of it, of old compost that was trapping the water too. So we decided, well, let's knock out that berm and let's build a new berm to keep the stream from coming in, and then we'll put down some fabric where the pads are going to go and some gravel on top of it. So that's basically the simple
Gravel pads.
Gravel pads, some geotextile. He said he would make sure the material was at least reasonable, but we'll put some fabric down just to make up in case the material is soft underneath. And so I think when Pat was building it, he determined that the material he thought was pretty dry and pretty good, so we didn't put the fabric in. Well, winter came, this wet spell came, and that water, I don't know if you saw it, actually, I have some pictures on my phone, it was really flowing in that stream, and water either came through the berm or under it, or maybe the groundwater is wet in that area, and it became pretty saturated over on that side. And I guess the bottom line is we probably need to do something for additional drainage in that area, and it would be easier to do it before the container set than to take the container out. That sort of thing. My sort of suggestion is maybe we got some weather coming up tomorrow, is maybe go up as soon as we can and maybe even tomorrow or whatever, and dig a couple of holes around the area just to see what the water looks like and what the ground looks like. And then we can make a decision on how much, whether to take the gravel back out, put the fabric in, or if we can just put it under drain along the uphill side of it and a little bit more ditching to get some of the water away and go based on that. I have to say Pat's sort of, I think he's done all he can do up there, so he's basically suggested that whatever we do up there, we'll have to find somebody else to do the work. So, unless you guys tell them otherwise. So either I can put together a plan and, well, I've pretty much got most of the plan together, but add some drainage to it and some details and get a couple contractors to give us a price on it, or Travis wants to do it, or you guys want to ask Pat to do more work in the springtime or something like that.
So what's the date you think about doing this stuff? Obviously, after the winter, of course. It's just something we get it right in the early spring, or?
Yeah, I mean, I would think it would make sense to do it once the snow's gone, and it makes construction a little bit easier. It could be done in the wintertime, contractors can plow snow and can pull it off in the wintertime. It would probably take a little bit more to do that.
Those containers do it any particular date?
They're there. They're already there.
They're there, yeah.
Right. So the only thing I would say is an interim thing is we probably want to just lift those containers and put some boards underneath them to get them off the ground so they're not wood. Those have I think marine grade plywood underneath them. The containers, that's the floor. That's what all those containers are. But you probably still don't want to set them in a bunch of slushy and rotting.
First thing, can you go up tomorrow and get this hole, have them dig a couple holes?
I can go up tomorrow and I pick up the backhoe, so they should be able to do it.
Yeah. Okay, that.
When you say they, you mean?
Don.
Okay.
Bob, Don,
Their backhoe's gonna dig
yeah,
that
I haven't talked to them whether they're agreeable or at the time or what's going on.
Well, they will be agreeable.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's not a goal here. Yeah, just tell them we can discuss it at the meeting. It's not you doing it, we're asking them to do what you want to do. Okay, so do that, and then are all those pads in the same situation, or can we cite one or two containers?
I think we could cite 2 of them anyway, maybe even 3 of them, plus that we could bring that trailer back to the location. So probably 2 plus the trailer, something like that. I think we could do that. I asked them if the ground was too soft for those ones, and I guess I didn't get a definitive answer, but they seemed to think it was okay.
You're still gonna need a crane to site just 2 though, so, right? Because Henry Shaw was planning on coming up with the crane.
Right.
Right?
Right, exactly.
So you could bring the crane up there and incur that expense, but only be able to site 2.
Right. One of them can probably be put in place without a crane.
Oh.
The lower one that's there, that one, there's enough room in front of it that we could probably get some, may not come up from Manchester to lift it up and put it into place. I think they were charging a $300 delivery charge last time per container, so I would assume it would be about the same to come up and pick the container up and set it, something along those lines. So that would be, otherwise, you gotta get Shaw there, and you have to get in there again in the spring.
Because the only reason I ask that is right now, we're not doing anything with paper because we have no place to put it. If we get a container, we would be able to start mailing and having a place to store the paper.
Right.
So I just think it would be important. I understand it's an extra cost, but then you also said, someone said, because Maryland's not there anymore, but she had mentioned a cheaper price than what Shaw was. I don't know if that's...
Yeah, well, I guess what I'm referring to is having the company that delivered them come back up.
Right.
That was the cheaper price. The problem I think that she was unaware of was for the upper containers, they need 100 feet in front of the container to be able to back the truck in, roll it off, pull forward, and turn and get out. And there's not 100 feet for those upper ones.
So that has to be cited by crane.
Right. So when we were originally citing these, I was starting to take that into consideration, and then when we talked to Pat, he had the great idea of getting Henry Shaw
Right.
here, and he said for basically $500 he can put them exactly where we want them, and so it made things a lot easier for everybody, so we thought that was worthwhile.
So is there any way we can cite one of them, or two of them, or not what, I don't know what they may
I don't know if a roll-off truck can pick one up or not. I think they use normally it's a different truck that they use to lift these things, but perhaps the container truck, the roll-off truck.
Well, I wonder if not going to consider it as a bigger one than what we do. They haul big containers, I know. I don't know what they have.
Right. It's just, I think it's a different mechanism
Right.
than a regular roll-off usually got. The containers look different than the other ones, so it's a different type of truck altogether.
Yeah, there's
It may not be the size
no
of
rails on the bottom.
An excavator couldn't lift it, or? Okay, well,
They're about 8,000 pounds
okay.
empty, 8 to 9,000 pounds empty. I don't know if they could do it, if they could do it or not.
Well, should we try to get one or two of them cited so we can start using it?
Yeah, paper truck.
Is there, are they taking paper, even if it's not for money, but are they taking it away?
I think so. I asked Norman for a little update on exactly what we were doing with recycling, and I have that here. But he didn't mention it. He said they're waiting for the placement of containers for storage of paper. I assumed that meant they would take it if once he got it built up enough to get a load.
Right.
But I'm making that assumption, but, so
What are you currently doing with paper
just sending it
to Berlin?
Everything is set up.
Alright. That right, Ben? That sound about right?
paper was just sending it to Berlin now, right?
As far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
And you said if we cite one or two, does that mean you're pretty confident? We've got two of those cited, we've got enough capacity to handle all the paper we'll need?
Yeah, I don't know if you need two, but at least one
for sure.
I think they're putting material in them now. At least, do you know that, Ben? Are you putting some material in those containers? Some of them had some,
Are they from the top? Do they have to be loaded from the top? If they are, I don't think there's going to be anything going in them. If they're loaded from the end,
they
it could be. I don't know.
no, there's doors on the end, so they open up and drive in the end.
I haven't seen anything driven in, but I've only been there on Friday.
The
Yeah.
storage containers.
When I was
Yes.
there a couple of weeks ago, there were some pallets worth of aluminum or something
Product.
was inside at least one of the containers.
So it seems like there's a couple things, I think, so we need to get either Henry or the guys up from Manchester to cite one or two containers. And at that point, we feel like there's not a lot of pressure, we can wait till the spring and repair the pad, or fix it right.
So is Henry, is that Durkee Crane? Did he buy? No, there is no more
No,
Durkee
he's
Crane.
Rock and Rock, I think. He bought Rock and Rock.
Well, it seems like it's a
I
good
think
idea.
this time of year, you get a crane operator to show up. I mean, there's
Yeah,
no.
right.
Well, he was saying he can do it. I had a shop to show up to set it, but he was saying unless the Pat was initially estimated to be about $500 if the town's road crew was sort of the rigging crew for them. So he just showed up with a crane and operator, and they did all the other legwork, like Pat's on, they got snow and all the other stuff to do. So Henry Shaw is saying for him and a rigging crew it'd be about $2,000. Could be as much as $2,000.
Yeah.
Could be as much as. If it takes a full day, it would be $2,000. Maybe he can do it half that amount of time. And he said if it went over a day, he would charge us for it.
The problem is if you don't, if he's like, okay, I'll be up in a week and a half on Wednesday, and we don't know what the forecast is, and the boys need to be on the road plowing, then you've really got a scheduling snafu there. I don't know exactly how to get beyond that, but love to be able to utilize some local help to save that kind of money.
I wouldn't think his schedule was that, like you said, this time of year. I mean, if he said, okay, I'll come out next Wednesday and it snows, I said, okay, well, we'll come next.
I thought the number was like $250 for crane or 350 for the crane?
It's $250 per hour.
Okay.
And truck
8 hours
time?
would be 2,000, right?
He's gonna need 8 hours, it's like two.
Well, no, that was to set them all up.
Right. So if we just back it up and just want 2 done, I was thinking half a day
Right.
was what he.
So it might be 1,000. And the other option is, I started to say was, you might be able to just work with them where they are now till springtime. You have to empty them out of us in the spring and then and do them because the ends are all accessible.
Yeah, that's all vendors. And
Okay, well,
just
that's
do that.
Are they double enders or are they just,
It's the bottom of
What's
it.
that?
are they
No,
open at both ends? No.
just one.
but you said they should put something under it, right?
Yeah, the boards are all there. Pat had it laid out with the boards in place to set them on. So they would just need to lift up one end, go grab the boards, slide them underneath them, and set it back down.
But we could do that with the
Non-code could do that themselves.
Especially if they're in too
Well,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so they wouldn't be at risk for getting all messed up because of the weather.
Right.
Okay, well, that's good.
Right. Maybe I guess I would have gone, just make sure they're reasonably level, so you're not. I don't know. I don't think
right.
you damage them if they were too out of level. If they were.
Yeah,
Then we can wait till spring to really site them
Right.
and bring a crane in or whatever one time
Right.
and get it done.
does that sound sensible to you?
Yeah, it does. As long as Don says that it's a workable location for
Do
him.
you think, well, if we're gonna do that, we don't need to dig holes, we might as well wait till spring to dig some holes, right, I guess?
Right. Yeah. No, I'd like to do it when it's wet. That I can see worst case.
Well,
You can sort of go check
It'll
it
be
out.
wet this spring, I guarantee it.
I sneak by farm where maybe you can go over and put a hole on the worst location.
okay.
Then we'll have a better sense for
All
spring.
right.
Are the wheels still on the trailer? We talked about it sometime.
They are. So Don had spoken with Don Ryder.
Yeah.
Don Ryder says he'll move it back over into position and he'll take the wheels off himself, set it back on the ground, and he'll just take the wheels and that's an even swap. He doesn't want to cash.
He'll take
He wants the wheels for some reason.
Yeah.
The ring. So yeah, makes sense to me.
He'll end up moving houses or something. We don't know.
And that could be done now, is there a reason?
Well, it could be, except for then if you go to move the containers, if we did work in that location a later date, now it's a little trickier to move the container that's got no wheels on.
Oh, okay, so we'll wait on that.
Yeah.
I just curious where it got into.
Okay.
Sounds good. A lot of work for spring.
All right.
So I don't know if you guys want to maybe come up with some sort of estimate for what the construction might be for the springtime and then put it in the budget for
Yeah.
next year or something like that.
That'd be good.
I mean, I think we were still under budget this year again, like the other years for construction, but we were trying to stay under because I know there was wording issues and
That's not an issue we'll cover
we
there.
were trying to, and it was like, those could be worded out there.
We're not sure, and I don't know if there's any, I don't think anything outstanding.
No, I don't think
Bills have all been paid, so, but for for the 2 years of warrant articles, we got 12,000 left.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
The first 2 years.
yeah,
And then this one, I don't know what that 500 is.
no, including this year,
Okay,
2017 and 18.
all right. And it was 1 year before that.
Yeah, that's,
Whatever that was.
so.
You got what, you 12,000?
Yeah. But that looked at it as anything expended on, I guess, which is what it now. And what else? So the,
Okay, sorry, did you want to know about the bench?
well, well, he asked, because that can be part of the budget, I guess. We need to, at some point, we'll have a meeting in January, I guess, but just to start thinking ahead of, is there anything else major we got to do? I mean, we're all done.
The only other items that we were going to do was paint, put some stripes on it. That's only going to be a few $100. I would
Right.
something along those lines.
Yeah.
Maybe some signs, could be another few $100, something like that. So that was the only other items that we had planned to do. Nothing major.
And I think we should do all the part of the road, I think, that you need to look at that and see if you agree or not.
The access road,
Yeah.
shim code, or we?
Well, I would recommend reclaiming it. Now,
Pretty steep, so.
the only question about that is, because that road is, the base of that road is glass. Now, whether they can reclaim the road with has a glass base or how they do it, that I don't know. I'll have to ask if it's, I don't know what they do. But,
Well, if they need more glass, we can get it for them.
yeah.
I don't think.
I wouldn't think it would make much of a difference on a related machine.
I wouldn't think so. I don't
They
know.
go over rocks and manhole covers and everything, and they'll take it all up.
But I think, because I think at some point, we should be getting we should do that. I mean, it just shows how that road, for what the traffic is, how long have we been up there now? That road's in pretty darn good shape for having heavy
No work on it.
traffic and stuff on it.
Yes.
And
It's a lot of trucks.
I attribute
A
that
lot
to
of
the
trucks up and down.
Yeah.
You can see, I don't know if you noticed, the glass, if you look on the shoulders, the glass goes out there, so.
Maybe would it be, at some point when we reclaim it, before, actually pave it, put some topping on it, some, just to make it a little more secure, or that might be required,
Before you.
Gravel, you mean, or something on top of the glass before the pavement between?
I don't know,
You
if
think
they
that-
need that or not.
If it's
Usually,
necessary.
if your base is okay, they don't need to add anything.
with the pavement.
Yeah, they reclaim it, and if you need something, they'll add it then, but then
Shim it up.
it's okay, they just level it out and just pave right on top.
So they can typically set those pavers to, the reclaiming machines to drive the pavement, chop it up and put it down to varying depths. So if you want to go down a foot, you can do it. If you want to go down 6 inches, then you can just set the machine down.
Basically till it in.
Till it,
Pretty much.
match it up and fill it in.
So if you want, I'll have Travis get us the price for it. We can get the price, measure the whole road, get the price of that, and then decide, okay, we want to do it all 1 year or 2 years, whatever, so. All right?
Would you go all the way up and then go across the front of the building where the new pavement ends now? So you.
Well, I guess that's what we need to decide, whether we're gonna might go off and once,
Yeah.
Split it up.
If you're going up the road, it's not going to be much different, I would think. It's not that much more pavement.
Yeah, we get the number and it'll all make sense.
so. Okay, and then the vent, the infamous vent.
Yeah, so the vent was just something that during the course of the work, the guys in this transfer station started complaining about odors in the building. And we discovered that they knew it. The sewer vent years ago used to stick up through the big metal roof. Snow came off the roof, cleaned the vent off. And so somebody patched the roof, keep the leak out, but left the vent inside the building. So the sewer vent drip vents inside the building. So if the building was closed up for any length of time or whatever, you get conditions are right. It gets pretty stinky in the building. You might think. So it's been that way, I'm going to guess, a decade or more, or even more. But they said something happened during the project where it's gotten worse. And maybe when we replaced the vent on the leach field, we had to move it for the other earthwork, and we've actually cleaned out the low vent, so now there actually is a clear path for air to go on the low side of the vent, which it's supposed to. So maybe that's what happened. So now more air is actually moving, which is what it's supposed to
You
be.
plug the low vent out again?
Could do it. Put some duct tape over the lower vent.
But anyway, it wasn't someone, the people who did the roof didn't do anything wrong, it was snow blowing off.
No, it was just probably not a good idea.
But I can't, so, you got, what's his name? He-
Mike Laramie?
Is he going to do it? Can he do it? Or he doesn't?
My last message I told you was he said he needed a few more weeks to do it. But I have asked him several times and he was going to get to there and he just ran out of, didn't get done. But this time he said he can do it, but it's just going to take a few more weeks.
Is it 4 inch or 3
I
inch
think it's 4. I'm not sure. It could be 3 or 4. One of
PVC?
the PVC.
And is it gonna go up the roof or just
No, I think we're going to
horizontal?
we're just going
fine.
to chop it off and run horizontal out the side of it, like a dryer vent or something on the side of it.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll
Just make sure they put a screen on it so the birds don't come in. They don't care about the snow themselves, so they'll go and nest in that. But if you just have an elbow and put a screen on it and keeps them out.
Whatever
So
the
that's
owner
not-
says. Right.
So it doesn't have to be up straight, it can go out
I
sideways.
think you can go out the wall, but I think Mike said it can go out the wall. So.
You're not matching.
It has to be 6 feet above the rim of the whatever, so if it was a bathtub or a toilet, it has to be 6 feet above that level of that water.
Gotcha.
Well, it's going to be,
It's gonna be 25 feet.
it's up in the air.
It's actually cut off fairly low in the building
Is it?
now, and I don't think anybody wants to be on ladders that are 30 feet tall to get.
But I mean, it's just a sink and a toilet, right?
What's that?
It's a sink and a toilet. So,
So are we waiting for Mike and Larry to do it?
Yeah.
Or find someone else, or we just...
I can tell him to go ahead and do it. If you want, if you're in more of a hurry, we can try to find somebody else to do it.
Well, I'd like to get it done. I don't-
Yeah.
It's not very helpful. I just knew he did it, if you were telling us some... emergency maybe, I don't know. It's probably not real healthy, but...
right, ask them one more
Yeah.
kind of nudge.
Yeah, but by the time he does it, it'll be the next year anyway, probably, so either way. You know. Yeah, no, have them...
Yeah, I mean, unless you guys know somebody else that you think can do it or wants to do it, that's totally fine too.
You know, good plumbers are busy.
I think even bad ones, I heard you know.
Yeah. But I say that because Mike's a good plumber.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so that's good. And
Question.
Matt,
Yeah, Ben English, should any thought be given as to which end that vent pipe would go out through depending on prevailing wind? Or is there some thought should be given? Somebody might know. Suggest one end as opposed to the other.
It gets dissipated so quick once it gets to that
Okay.
side. I really don't think it would be an issue.
Okay,
So how far from the nearest wall is that?
It's pretty close to the middle of the building, a little bit closer to where the bathroom is, so it's probably doesn't matter whether you go out the end facing the new canopy recycling building or whether you go out the front where the trash compactors are. But you might be a little bit over outside of where the vent is, you know, I mean, if the air hangs in there, so. If there's a location you'd rather have it,
Well, you've got a vent in your house and you've got a vent in your
Yeah.
house, and I can't imagine you'd get a lot of odor.
I guess I would think that if we put it over the overhead door,
Oh,
and the
yeah.
overhead door is wide open, and we're only 6-8 feet away, maybe that's not the best spot for it, maybe it goes back into the building.
Should probably look for that.
We put it out over the side of the other building, and then we're further away from the building.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yep. Okay, anything else anyone has?
Ever hear from Hart's location?
No?
So they've never responded.
No?
That's what I've heard.
And we did ask them to respond.
Yeah, good for them. Got a note here. Stickers, expiration date, color code. As we move into new stickers or new, should we, what are your stickers?
We're just about out of stickers. And our sticker was just for the life of your car or
Right.
no expiration date. So we're like, we should maybe have, I don't know, a yearly renewal, or maybe it's every 2 years or something. We're thinking.
Some towns charge for the sticker.
Yeah, but some way to determine whether a sticker's current or not, so that somebody that lived here 10 years ago and doing work up here is still, dumping product. That's not the town's.
I'm sure it's not a huge problem, but
I guess just my preference would be at least, I think, that would be good for at least 3 years, shouldn't it?
3 years?
I don't know, something, I think.
Yeah.
And then,
I think Firebird charges you have to do it every year.
Is that what it is?
I believe so.
that's,
can you register your car, maybe?
well, that was my thinking. You really have to go for 3 years, people have noticed, so when they go to register, most everyone registers their car, they can get their dump sticker. But I guess we can think about that.
Yeah,
A year just seems too,
yeah.
it's gonna make a difference if we can do it either way anyway. You
Yeah.
you can have one that's
Right.
different, but it'd be good to have
Well,
the
yeah.
So
same.
you take the sticker off every year, and put a new sticker on, or?
Should we, that's what they do in Firebird, do we want to do that in Jackson?
Is there any issue now?
Just that we're out of stickers, we gotta get something new, and so it
Change it.
kind of fueled the conversation around, shouldn't there be a way to determine that a dump sticker or transfer station sticker has, expired? Shouldn't we need to have them renewed at some point in time, rather than once every millennium?
So what is your color in
Yellow, I think, yes.
your yellow? Because you could do that just by color.
Yeah.
So, for green, and green is
Last 5 years.
invalid after whatever we
Yeah, you
change.
do an expiration date on it or something like that, after 5 years or something, 3 years.
Every year?
Every year.
I think so. I know I've got stickers on there too, but legally.
I'll have Lynn or somebody call,
Yeah.
find it one way, and so somebody, 3 or 4 other places to do it at least, anyway.
Sorry, I waited.
No problem. Everything else in it.
Date for next meeting?
Well, January, something like that.
So we can do that contract thing.
Yeah,
How about an ambulance meeting,
that should be on.
You have a date for it or anything?
No, just try to,
Send out a memo?
try to pick something. Pick a couple dates or whatever, and we'll
Send out a memo.
see when we can do it. Okay, anything else? Sir, anything else? All set? Okay, thank you. See you later.
All right.
Thank you.